Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. If you're new to my channel, first of all, first things first, be sure to subscribe if you do enjoy 76ers content, because that's what we do on here. Not only do we cover the Sixers though, but we also cover the Patriots, we also cover the Phillies, and we'll be doing Flyers games as well. We'll be doing one Flyers game per week. That'll be after the Super Bowl is over. And there was one other thing I wanted to say. Now I forget what it was, but I apologize about that. Let's adjust the camera here. Okay, good. Alrighty, so tonight's game. Well, in case you didn't tune in, um, well, it was quite a game. Okay, the 76ers, they won 101 to 98, and they're now 36 and 19 on the season. The Nets are now 33 and 23, and I got to be honest with you. I mean, like, let's just cut to the chase really quickly. The Sixers had no business. They had no business winning this game whatsoever. With the way that they were shooting, with the way that they were playing the game, it just didn't look like it was cohesive. They only had one lead before they ended up taking the lead with about 5 seconds left, and that was when they were up 4-2. That was it. Joel Embiid played very solid tonight. Again, as always, 37 points, 13 rebounds. He had 2 steals, and he also, even though he didn't get credit for a block, he also did technically have, if you will, maybe half a block on a shot that was taken by Spencer Dinwiddie. It was really blocked by Milton, but yes. So I don't know, man. 29 points for James Harden. I thought he was sensational at the very end of the ball game. And I really thought that he stepped up big, and he was actually the guy that said, "Give me the basketball." Okay? Give me the basketball. And he dominated in that fourth quarter. The thing that I wasn't so impressed with tonight is the fact that this team just continued to give up so many offensive rebounds. So many offensive rebounds, man. Really. Like, how many offensive rebounds do we really have to give up? How? Looking at the stat sheet right now. Finney Smith had 3 offensive rebounds. Mikal Bridges had 3 offensive rebounds. Claxton had 2 offensive rebounds. O'Neal had 2. How do we give up this many offensive rebounds? How? It's disgusting. It gives the team more possessions. It also just shows who wants it more, who wants the ball more. And that is going to get you beat 9 out of 10 times when you're facing the Milwaukee Bucks and the Boston Celtics and these top tier teams. That's exactly what's holding this team back. That's one of the things, that's holding this team back. And it has to stop. Part of it's because they don't have the size, but the other part of it comes with effort. Okay, when you're boxing out players, you have to be able to jump for the ball, man. It just has to happen. And I was really disappointed with the effort tonight from some of the players, including PJ Tucker, um, and Tobias Harris as well. Even though Harris played very solid defense at the end, he is just in a slump right now. He's in a slump, and hopefully he snaps out of it, because this is not who Tobias Harris is. Over the last 5 games, this guy's been averaging less than 10 points per game. Ew. Maxey had 12 off the bench. I'm not going to be too tough on him. I thought that he had some nice plays. Okay, the three-point shooting was a little bit cold from him tonight, but he stepped up again defensively. Made a couple of really good plays on the defensive side, and that wouldn't have happened. And the Sixers don't win this game if it weren't for those types of plays. They needed everything in this game. I don't know how I feel about this team right now. I understand that they're coming off of a back-to-back, but they should have outscored this team. They just were so cold in this game. The defense stepped up at the end and they held the Nets to 16 points in that fourth quarter. They held the Knicks to 15 last night. I thought that that was great. But at the same time, I need more. I need more. I need more from my coach. I need more from my second unit. And I just don't know where this team is going to go. I feel like something is holding them back. And I can't express what it is. The offensive rebounding has continued to be an issue, as I just mentioned. The other thing is turnovers and rotations, which goes on the head coach, obviously, Doc Rivers. When you're trying to come up with plays at the end of the game, there can't be any sort of miscommunication breakdowns, and I fault the head coach for that. 1000%. If the players look confused on a certain play and you're inbounding the basketball, if Embiid doesn't know what to do with the ball, I'm looking at all eyes are on Doc Rivers to me. They won the game. They won the game. Okay, we have to keep saying that to ourselves. They won the game somehow, some way. They did fight through some adversity. I give them that. But when you look at just the overall outlook of this team, how can you say to yourself that this team is coming out of the East with the way that they've been playing as of lately? It's not cohesive basketball. It's just not. When you're going up against teams like Milwaukee and Boston, who not only have more size than you, but they have better coaches. They also have a better roster overall. What's going to happen when the game slows down? If you're getting out rebounded against the Celtics and the Bucks, you're losing those games. That's just the nature of the beast, which is how it happens in basketball here. All right. I want to get your thoughts on this. All right. We're going to do a little bit of a chat overlay here. Post your comments down below if you like. That's what we'll do. Sup, Jay? Congrats on your win. You made the plays in the end, and the Nets didn't. I mean, the Nets just didn't cash in. I feel like that the Nets gave this game up, but I will say this. Okay, the Nets did deserve to win, regardless of what happened at the end. With the way that they were playing, I just thought that they had control of the whole game, and nothing told me that the Sixers deserved to win this game. Nothing at all. The better team did win because they capitalized on mistakes that the Nets were making. While that's true, they also couldn't necessarily put this game to bed before. And that's where I struggle with this team. Mikal Bridges had 23 points. I saw a lot of wide open looks in that first half. Same thing with Joe Harris. In that third quarter, this dude continued to get hot from three because the head coaching staff just did not make those adjustments to just double team him. When you're getting so many looks from three and they're wide open, if it's contested, it's one thing. But if they're wide open looks, why can't we adjust? Why can't we put Paul Reed on Joe Harris? Or why can't we start double teaming him? Something has to be made during the game with these adjustments. And I keep going back to that. But dude, I appreciate you coming on here. I appreciate you commenting down below and letting me know like what your thoughts were about this game. It means a lot. All right, Joshy. Oh man, Josh Cohen. Okay. If Melton is in the starting lineup, doesn't improve our overall team defense, he shouldn't be starting over Tyrese. This team continues to play down to their competition. I agree with you 1000%. Thank you so much for that comment. My mindset is that okay, if Tyrese is coming off the bench, the main reason why I liked getting James Harden beforehand when it came to last year's deadline is that I really thought that Tyrese Maxey would be a better scorer and he would thrive in his role. When you put him on the bench, okay, it's okay to try it out for a little bit. But now, even though he did really well yesterday and he didn't have a bad day today, I'm still pulling the plug with it because I just feel like he's just better out there with James Harden. And DeAnthony should be coming off the bench to provide some sort of a defensive spark. I just feel like that's just his natural role. He's not necessarily supposed to be a starter. And that's like one of the reasons why he's been struggling lately. Okay, the Tobias Harris stuff, I don't necessarily know like why he's struggling. He's just in a slump right now. But the Anthony Melton, put him back. Put him back on the bench. And it's not to like discredit with the way he's been playing. Because overall this season, he's a good player. I would make that trade 1000% all over again. Because he's just a good guy that fits with Embiid and with Harden. And he's a nice ball handler that can come off the bench for you and maybe lead the scoring for the second unit. I do like that for him. But they escaped, man. They escaped this game and they took advantage of it. And I give them credit for doing that. Joel made free throws, clutch free throws down the stretch. James Harden made clutch free throws down the stretch. Now, I will say that, my dad even said to me, he didn't even know if if Harden should have just intentionally missed that shot because, Spencer Dinwiddie hits that three and it would have counted, right? Like with point 0.9 seconds left, if you just missed that shot, like Brooklyn, if they do get the rebound, like they're not going to get the ball back with like point 0.1 seconds left. You know what I mean? And then it would have definitely put the game to bed. I thought that was just I think that James tried to miss the foul shot and it just didn't work out because he ended up getting the friendly bounce anyways. But still, man, that's I don't know. This team is just really putting me through a whole whirlwind of events and lots of emotions that I just maybe I'm like too tied in with this, and maybe I'm just at the point where I'm like too zoned in to like how this team has been doing, but I need more from this team. I want Harden to be as aggressive as a scorer and finding his own shots as he has the last week in the playoffs. I thought tonight he was very aggressive in that fourth quarter. And if he doesn't take over that game, dude, we don't win. We don't win this game. Embiid obviously did Embiid things. And you can look at the stat sheet and say that James Harden tonight was -1 and he didn't dish the rock as well as he should have, but he made the big time shots. He did bring this team back into the ball game. And without his effort tonight, they don't win. I just can't get over the fact how PJ Tucker, Tobias Harris, and DeAnthony Melton, 3 out of your 5 starters, combined to score 5 points. Five points in 70 minutes. I don't understand. That's not on Doc. That's on effort. That's what it comes down to with those starters. So, we're going to keep this short tonight. We're not going to go for too long, but the Sixers really didn't have any right winning this ball game. I'm happy that they won. Okay, they won the game. We have to keep telling ourselves that. Okay, that is the most important thing. They won the game, but I can still criticize them with things that I didn't see in this game. Okay, not every win is gloomy and glorious. That's not how every game goes. There's going to be a lot of bumps in the road. And my job as not just a play-by-play caster, but also just as a like whenever I do my post-game shows, I need to keep it real with you all. I need you to see, or I need to be able to, elaborate and express what I see according to my eyes and just talk about that because my eyes are different than your eyes. We have two sets of eyes here, okay? And you might see things differently than I do. But I want you to understand how I process this game and how I process every single game. Because to me, you can take certain things out of certain games, right? Like during the season. And when you say to yourself, like, this will work in the playoffs, or like this won't work in the playoffs. How do we do that? Because we watch these games and because we talk about it. 23 points for Bridges. Okay. He was -8 tonight, but he did really well, I thought. 6 rebounds, 2 steals, and 1 assist. I'm talking about the Nets. Why am I talking about the Nets? Why do I have to give them some sort of appreciation? I shouldn't be able to do that. Come on, Jason. I will tell you that Tyrese Maxey was plus 17 off the bench today, and I actually thought today that he did a pretty good job, and he did more than like what his numbers showed. He didn't get any steals on the defensive side, but he was a menace defensively. Okay. He had that one play where he tipped the ball out to Tobias Harris, and Harris ended up making a layup. It was like in the fourth quarter or something like that. And if Maxey doesn't go up with that effort and just, volleyball it out to him, that right there was a huge momentum change. That changed the tides. That was important. It's these little things that do matter. And when I talk about these things, right, I want you to just understand that these little things do matter. And there are some things that we can take away from this game that, you know, we can talk about for playoffs. The game is different. Like, don't get me wrong. The game is totally different when you look at like a regular season NBA game to a playoff game because the game slows down. There's more fouls. Obviously, there's more strategy involved because you're playing potentially a 7 game series. Okay. But there's just certain things that I could just take away from this. And I really just feel like tonight there wasn't a lot of good things to take away. It really wasn't. Embiid had a double double. If Embiid continues to be Embiid, this team is in it, but we just need help from the supporting cast. Besides Tyrese Maxey, you want to know how many points we combined to score? Okay, let's put it in this perspective. 78 of our points, 78 out of 101 of our points were scored by Maxey, Harden, and Embiid. Everybody else put up 23 points combined. Let that sink in. That means your 7 other players had 23 points, which would be like a fourth starter. You can't be making this stuff up, man. I'm happy that they won. That's the bottom line. While, yes, that they won the game, there's a lot of holes in this team. And we have every right to be frustrated about certain things. And hopefully, moving forward on Monday night, hopefully when they face the Houston Rockets, they can try to clean some of this stuff up. Okay, we're back at the Wells Fargo Center. We're in front of our home crowd. We have the All-Star break coming up, right after Wednesday's game, which will be nice. Some players will be able to hit the reset button. And we'll talk more about this, like the future of this team during the All-Star break and all that sort of stuff. But I think it was just really important to just come on here and talk a little bit more about what we didn't see in this game and just try to, talk more about the identity of this team because I still think that we're just trying to figure it out. And that's all I got to say. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate you guys so much. Y'all are the best. If you're new to my channel, this is Play by Play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. If you enjoy my 76ers content, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell icon too. Head on over to my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on all the other socials, which are posted down below. And I will catch you all on Monday night. Let's go Birds. Oh yeah, okay, really really quickly. Let's go Birds, man. Tomorrow night it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. I'm working at Films tomorrow, and then I'm gonna go out with one of my friends, one of my really really good friends, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And I'm so excited to go see this team play. Okay, it'll be fun, and hopefully it'll be something really good for the city, because we got to be focusing on the positivity too. I will be posting a video tomorrow about my picks, and then of course we will have a post game pod. Probably not tomorrow night, but maybe on Monday. We'll talk more about it. But that is going to be something that you should be looking for in the coming days. Okay, once again, my name is Jason Joseph. That's going to wrap things up. I love you guys so much. Have yourselves a great night. We're nearing midnight, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.